We are continuing from last night. This is like not even a full 12-hour difference.
Oh, that's
Um,
true.
um, so we're continuing. We're gonna finish up the episodes we got for getting ready for RWBY versus Maka. R.I.P. RWBY. So we're starting with Weiss from RWBY versus Mitsuru from Persona.
Remember to stream to us.
I am going to just give me 1 second. I'm making sure that I'm recording the right screen. I was realizing that might have been a problem. So Zach, what are your thoughts on these characters and matchup?
I really like Persona, and I am a fake fan of RWBY, but I would say I really like RWBY. I just haven't watched it.
Valid. Nick.
Um, well, it's same deal with Ruby. I would like to get into it. I know next to nothing about Persona. I just know they have a character named Joker.
I'm
But
glad
he
that
does not have
He's
Guido.
so serious.
I'm glad that I am able to start getting you guys convinced to watch RWBY, because I really like RWBY, and I want more people. Everyone I talk to who knows about RWBY makes fun of me for watching RWBY, which I'm pretty sure in your server, Zach, I've been made fun of for it twice.
No, the people who made fun of it are the people who watch it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
They seemed like they never
It's like-
watched it.
No, it's like it's like the people who say, "Yeah, I fucking hate Destiny 2, never play it. It's actually my favorite game."
Oh, like how I am with Dead by Daylight. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Luke, what
And
about
it's
you?
it's probably due to the fact that, as you said, the writing gets not great later on.
Yeah, sadly.
similarly to the Yang versus Tifa episode, I don't know these characters at all.
All right.
I've played maybe 5 minutes of a Persona game.
I think you said you played Persona 5, right?
Yeah.
Mitsuru, if I remember correctly, is Persona 4? No, 3. Mitsuru is Persona 3. And I'm gonna get crucified if I got that wrong. But when this episode came out, I had played maybe I think 3 or 4 hours of Persona 5, which every Persona is a completely new cast, so I had no idea who the hell Mitsuru was, and I had not, at the time, I wasn't the biggest fan of Weiss. I don't know why I didn't like Weiss, because I really like Weiss. I like all of Team RWBY. I think all 4 of them are awesome, but at the time I didn't really like her, so I had no stakes going into this. All right. I also love that we're getting to see another episode. It's a little clip because they're going to show a few fight clips for like promotion stuff. Black Widow versus Widowmaker is another episode that everyone else fucking hates and I adore.
But you said this is one that everybody likes and you don't like? This current one?
Yeah,
Or is
everyone considers it the best RWBY episode. I think it's the worst.
Okay.
And so, like I said, I want you guys to disagree with me, though. The fact that I still don't own this game upsets me.
It's a game?
They have a fucking board game that I've never had the money to get it whenever it's in stock.
But they still bring it back every once in a while?
Every once in a while, but not often.
Do they add stuff to it that makes it like?
I think every time they've brought it back, they've added something new to it.
Hell yeah.
But I just every single time they bring it back, I am in like a bad financial place and cannot afford it. And it's like, I love this game. Please, I love this show. Let me fucking buy it.
I just shouting that out to the world, like, please let me.
That's me trying to get it manifested into my arms. Rooster Teeth coming back, baby.
What season is this?
6.
17.
Today, we're pitting together 2 queens of ice born into powerful, if troubled, families.
Weiss Schnee, heiress to the Schnee Dust Company and member of the Huntress Team RWBY.
And Mitsuru Kirijo, heiress to the Kirijo
What are you
group and
laughing
member
at?
of the Persona
Laughing at the
Seeds.
thing Nick just sent.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor,
forgot
and
about
skills
this,
to find out who will win
art style they did for a
death
while.
battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just looked past
The
it.
world of
The one that
Remnant
I
is
did- that I
known for many things.
blocked
The
from my
vicious
brain
creatures
enough to
called Grimm,
completely
the
forget.
hunters and huntresses committed to fighting them, and the Schnee family.
Yeah, they're kind of like royalty, and their princess is Weiss Schnee. As the heiress to the family company, she grew up in a pretty cold home. Pun intended.
The Schnee family expected a lot from Weiss. It was considered essential that she live up to their highly influential name.
Too bad for them, she had her own plans.
Rejecting her father's wishes to remain at home, Weiss left to attend Beacon Academy and train to become a huntress, literally putting the W in Team RWBY. Within just a year, Weiss established her own name for herself, saving
you-
the kingdom on more
so-
than one occasion.
Back, Kai, when you were watching Death Battle and you got to this one, had you watched RWBY yet?
Yes.
And when did you say you realized that RWBY was an acronym?
Season 3 of RWBY.
Was that
Yes.
coming out after
The-
this?
Season 3 had already happened.
Okay.
I figured it
Okay,
out
so-
by now.
I was just thinking like, did you watch this and still not get it when they like spelled it out for you? But
No,
you got it by then.
I had figured it out before this, but I think them pointing it out made me upset because I realized just how bringing it back made me realize just how fucking dumb that was that I didn't understand.
They also pointed it out in like briefly, not as like in your face as here, but they pointed it out in the last one.
Yeah, which I don't remember if I had that figured out during Yang versus Tifa, because I think season 3 was out when they were doing that, but I don't remember if I was at the point where I'd figured it out. But just every time I hear it, I realize how fucking dumb that was. Because, like, it's right there. It's at the beginning of every episode. I hate this mouse.
Stop double clicking.
My mouse has a cool thing where it just double clicks a lot of time when I click. It makes a lot of, like, FPS games really hard.
And doing so with her trusty blade, Myrtanaster.
And that's McHugh. Merc Nasty here is a multi-action rapier with a 3-foot-long blade. But guess what? It's also a gun! Instead of a plain old crossguard, it's got a 6-slot revolver-style chamber that Weiss fills with bullets colored like the rainbow.
Where does it
they're
come out
not
of?
exactly bullet.
Then,
Like, where does it shoot from?
Wait,
Does it shoot straight
he's
from the
about to get
barrel?
into it.
Yeah, hold on.
It does.
Oh, okay.
They are vials of dust, which she can fire to enhance her weapon and skills. Ironically, the Schnee Dust Company is by far one of the largest producers and exporters of dust.
Wait. They sell
That's their company
dust?
logo?
I got a
Yep.
ton of that shit covering the bookshelf in my trailer.
That was from
I
The
can
Mummy.
sell it and finally have
Yeah.
enough money to buy a second bookshelf. Just farm, here I come.
No, not that kind of dust. In the world of Remnant, dust is an energy source, often used to fuel vehicles, androids, and weapons.
Hell
Wait,
yeah,
you have
dust
books?
is an energy
When
source.
did I say anything about books?
Well, long story short, there are
you talking
four
about the
main
cocaine
types of dust: air, lightning,
No.
fire, and water.
And Weiss likes to mix water and air together for her favorite, ice dust.
And that is why they call you the Ice Queen.
She can also attack with fire, launch a windstorm, block attacks with barriers, and many, many other techniques.
I always forget because I'm so used to the way modern Death Battle has to do this shit. I forget there was a time where they could use audio clips from shows.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of
Why
miss
is-
it.
Why is it always like specifically like old alchemaic elements, like, you know, fucking fire, ice, earth, whatever, as like abilities?
What
They're
else would
easily
they do?
recognizable.
Well, you can use fucking galvanized aluminum or some shit. I don't know.
Well, that can come from the combination of multiple elements.
Yeah.
I guess, but
It's
it's
recognizable, and it's one of the things like, oh, the 4 elements, you know.
Hmm
It's something we
I
know.
want to see a piece of media that somebody just shoots like general radiation at somebody.
That'd be kind of funny.
Did anybody ask General Radiation how he feels about this?
Needless to say, Myrtanaster is a surprisingly versatile weapon.
She also uses dust to
I would
boost
think
her
radiation would
semblance,
just be
which is
heat and air,
basically her
and a lot of
X-Men
it.
superpower.
Oh, yeah.
Weiss gets hers from her family line and can do a bunch of stuff with it.
She can make glyphs on surfaces or in the
play a
air,
little too much
each with a
Warframe.
different color denoting its ability. Black glyphs hold things in place, while white ones propel things forward. Also, by infusing glyphs with dust, she can manipulate their effects. For example, a touch of lightning
I mean,
dust
the air is
lets
not
her
really
dilate
required
time,
in travel through
dramatically
space.
increasing her speed.
Or even better, she can use the glyphs to summon monsters to aid her in battle, Beastmaster style. Like this crazy boar, a giant killer wasp, and the Armageddon.
Okay, see, now that's
Which
fucking
literally
metal. That's not
translates
an
to
element.
giant armor in Latin, so
That's pretty cool.
fitting.
Damn, just imagine how great her family could be if they all didn't hate each other. Unlimited dust, giant bodyguards you can summon anytime, and
Why
they'd
even
never
bother
be
with the
stuck
sword
with
if you could
warm
do that?
beer.
I mean, it's great.
Unfortunately, the Shin family does suffer from some rocky relationships, with the exception of Weiss and her older sister, Winter.
Wait, go back. Is her dad Colonel Sanders?
I guess there's a certain resemblance.
KFC, KF Schnee? No wonder they're so rich.
I don't even fully
Where
see
did you
it.
get that chicken?
He's
Like,
missing
it's
a
like
goatee,
kinda
which
close.
is like the most identifiable
So,
feature.
back on topic, Weiss has a very powerful and versatile ability, and like most semblances, it's powered by her aura.
Which is like an invisible shield around her body. She's basically unkillable while it's up.
Though the aura itself isn't indestructible, it can be depleted after taking a lot of damage and needs time to restore itself. Without it, she cannot use her semblance, and she's much more vulnerable.
But that aura is pretty friggin' tough. It was just enough to take a full-on hit from a geyser of lava.
Lava can reach temperatures up to 1200 degrees Celsius, enough to melt iron. And during a food fight of all things, she was thrown into a pillar so hard it was obliterated.
Hey, Wiz,
Okay,
I've been in
we're
a
doing
few
this
food
again.
fights in my time, and that
But
shit
this
gets intense,
wasn't
and that
even
one's tame by
a pillar for a
comparison.
bridge. It
But
was just a pillar
greatest
for
of all, with
a
a
building.
combination of ice and her aura, she survived riding atop a speeding train crashing through concrete. By measuring the diameter of the resulting hole and applying the values of fragmentation, this means Weiss survived an impact equal to over 7 tons of TNT.
But it's not just Weiss that's tough. Her glyphs are strong enough to catapult the Armageddon.
And yet so did her
and
clothes.
With her
What?
ice powers, she's knocked
Oh,
around
yeah.
a giant mech built for fighting Godzilla-sized Grim.
Compared to the height of her teammate nearby, it appears she created
Is
over
Grim like the
2,000
standard
metric
monsters?
tons
Yeah.
of ice. Obviously, that much ice doesn't fit into 2 vials of dust. She's likely using the ocean as a base to exert fusion energy and vaporization energy on the nitrogen in the air, thereby freezing it like so. At most, this would require over 900 billion joules of energy, equivalent to detonating around 230 tons of TNT.
Wow,
I'm not saying they
no
had
wonder
me,
she could
but they
push that
lost me.
big old robot around. Plus, Weiss can also move super quick, dodging missiles and even hitting bullets out of the air.
And with time dilation, she can stay nearly untouchable while taking out her opponents in the blink
Yeah,
of an
all
eye.
of this is way cooler than a revolver sword. Like,
It's all
she
from the
can
revolver
fucking
sword.
slow time, create fucking constructs.
It's
It's all
from the revolver sword.
Wait, this is the wait.
Yeah.
Like powers of it.
It's all a
Okay.
mixture of elements.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought this was still on her aura.
No. Well, it's kind of. She uses her aura to expand her abilities with that. But
These also aren't just elements. That's like time is not an element.
No,
Like,
but she can
These are
combine-
just general magic.
she combines certain elements to use her abilities that get beyond elements, which is dumb to say out
Think
loud.
like-
but
So what you're saying is galvanized aluminum is on the table.
yes.
It is.
not off the table.
That's what I was saying. You
Yeah.
can make quite literally anything with the base elements.
Okay.
Can you make a pizza?
Probably. Try
Yeah.
hard enough.
I'm gonna get some
Inner
pizza
tube
in
on a
between
lazy
these
river.
episodes.
Take
Which
her
sting
for-
like your pee in the morning.
Please go to a doctor.
No.
Throughout her journey, Weiss has
We need
overcome
eggs.
all sorts of dangers, but her most difficult task may have been the moment her father cut her out of the family, leaving her financially broke and dismissed
thought-
from her birthright.
Ah, boo-hoo, no more allowance.
What?
I thought that where he was going with that is that he was going to say her father cut her out of the will.
Oh no, he like
Probably
She
that too.
like throws herself on the bed sobbing.
he like full on like disowned her.
Damn.
He's a piece of shit. He's an old white guy and he's a piece of shit.
Old white guy with a lot of
Still,
money
she's
who wants
powered
who
through
only
and
had
made
kids
a
to
name
carry
for
on the
herself
business.
as a huntress. With the RWBY team at her back, I think she's found the family she truly belongs to.
I'm more than a name.
In the early 2000s, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone in Japan who didn't know of the Kirijo Group, a global conglomerate involved in nearly every aspect of daily life. And the heiress to this
real?
impressive company was a
Or
young
is
girl
this
named
part of
Mitsuru
the-
Kirijo.
No, this is
But unknown to her,
Fucking
the family
no, it's
company
real.
was
It
into some
controls
pretty
Japan.
sketchy stuff. Her grandpa started experimenting with some sort of mental world called the Mind Place.
Or more officially, the collective unconscious, a realm connected to every living being's subconscious mind. And within the collective unconscious dwells shadows, fragments of human psyche which often appear as malevolent monsters.
They're basically demons.
Kind of. However, there's another sort more directly integrated with the minds of individual people, effectively becoming their shadow selves.
So some of them are demons
You
who
might
want to
say
kill you, and some
a
of them are demons
persona.
who are part of your brain?
Close enough.
Well, Grandpa
kinda
had to get the
anti-persona, right?
shadows for himself, but as anyone who's tried to summon demons will tell you, don't,
How many
don't do
Persona?
that. Trust me.
Like
How
how many
many?
Persona games?
Yeah.
So there's 5 base games, and then there's like Persona 4 Arena. There's Persona 5 Strikers.
Each one of them has a dancing counterpart.
This is true. I don't think everyone does, but
3 through 5.
yeah. And then there's also
What do you mean a dancing counterpart?
there's like a I can't remember the name of it, but there's like a Persona 5 like kind of chibi game.
It is quite literally Persona 3 dancing, Persona 4 dancing, and Persona 5 dancing.
Yeah. They also
Ask
have,
Michael Christopher, he's played all of them.
I will say, if you want to get into Persona, my recommendation is one of 2 games. You're gonna play either Persona 5, or you're gonna play Persona 3 Reload. Those are your starts.
If you want to start Persona, I'm going to make one recommendation: Persona 3 Reload. Start there.
So start it like in the middle of the plot.
So they all have different stories that are very disconnected. They have
Okay.
very little that to do with each other. 1 and 2, they're very old, and there's not really good ways to play them. And 4, I like 4.
Also, just not good.
They're not bad, but 4, and then there's 4, which again 4's not bad, but compared to 3 and 5, it's very lackluster.
Okay.
But
A lot of people would disagree with you on that one,
I'm
me
go-
included.
I like I said I like Persona 4. It's just compared to 3 and 5, it's not as good.
A lot of people are saying Persona 3.
A lot of people are saying.
It's how that read to me, and I fucking
Um,
needed to hear it out loud.
but Persona
That's why I said me included, so I could differentiate myself from that.
A
Persona
lot of people are saying.
Persona 3 is really good, but if you're gonna play it, I recommend playing Reload because it literally fixes any issues I had with the original. So,
And I think we have it on the Steam family.
I believe we do.
Let me look.
I played it on PlayStation.
Second
Anyways,
question.
point
Is
is
there a
they
show?
all Persona 4 has an anime.
So
Well, sorry, Persona 4 and 5 have an anime. 4 actually has 2 anime for it. Watch the original Persona 4 anime, that is good. The newer Persona 4 anime and the Persona 5 anime are both,
garbage.
yeah, some of the worst anime I've ever watched in my life.
They are god awful.
I had a point. Cool, I lost it.
Sorry.
Cut that out.
All right.
It never works out. And when it does, it doesn't.
Chaos Incarnate erupted. The resulting explosion from his experiment released the shadows into reality to prey on an unsuspecting populace, and unveiled the Tartarus, a citadel between worlds.
The TARDIS?
The Earth was drastically changed with a new dark hour, an extra hour
Were they
of time
born in
occurring at
October?
midnight.
Most folks didn't notice, though. The world basically freezes in time during the dark hour, including people. So nobody's got to pick up a new 25-hour clock, because when the hour runs up, everything continues like nothing happened. It's like getting an extra hour of secret sleep.
But some people are able to operate during this hour, including Mitsuru, which she decided to take full advantage of.
Yeah, she felt pretty guilty about her family basically ruining everything and sending hundreds of murder monsters into the world. So she swore to fix her grandpappy's mess.
Question: do you guys remember if I what I ended on was saying which Persona she was from? If I ended on 3 or 4?
3? I think was the last one you said.
All right, if I said 3, I was correct. If I said 4, I'm fucked. I'm gonna get murdered by the Persona fan base.
No, you'll
Just-
be fine.
Edit it in post.
Yep.
Anyways, the
While
point I was
she's
going to
certainly
make
with a rapier
that I remember
thanks to
now
her time-
is that the only real connection that any of them have is that they all deal with that idea of collective unconscious. They all do it in completely different ways in completely different locations with completely different characters.
Okay.
Yeah, Persona 5 does have a crossover bit with 3, which is super cool.
When was that again? I don't remember.
I believe it's one of the DLC. I believe it's in the DLC.
Oh, it's just a boss fight. There's
Yeah,
no
but
like
it's not like a whole thing, but
right.
I love
Like
these
there's no
spell names.
dialogue even. You just fight one of the protagonists.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do that with 3 and 4 though.
I love the spell names. I think they're so funny.
Buffadine. Dirac is got had. Marin Carrion.
Did
I
you
feel like
say
you-
Marin Kai?
In
Marin.
fencing club,
Marin
a single
Karen?
sword would never be enough to combat the hordes of shadows.
Your guess is as
Luckily,
good or
her
probably
first
better than
experience
mine.
with the Dark Hour helped her out in this regard.
That's one way to put it. She and her
Which
dad
one
were
is she?
almost murdered by spooky shadows.
But this event also led to an awakening. With the threat of death itself mere seconds away, Mitsuru dug deep within and found a new weapon, her shadow self,
And that's how she became a person user.
persona user.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Thanks to this fateful night, Mitsuru can summon a manifestation of her personality known as a persona. This was Penthesilea, who would eventually evolve into her ultimate form, Artemisia.
Artie is the best non-imaginary friend you could ask for. She's got all sorts of powerful ice spells. She can heal Mitsuru's wounds. She can drain someone's energy and add it to Mitsuru's own. And she can blow people up with mega deal. It's a big purple kaboom that ignores special defenses. Anyway, and to
Have they
top
talked
it
about
all
how they
out,
summon their persona
she's
yet?
got a kinky.
They have not.
Yes,
I don't want anyone to say
Artemisia
anything
cannot
about it.
really be
I want to see if it
killed.
happens
She
in the
does have
episode.
her limits. When a persona is overtaxed or takes too much damage, it becomes broken and unusable for a short time.
And since Artemisia is technically part of Mitsuru's mind, when the persona gets hurt, so does she.
But this connection also grants Mitsuru her own set of special powers. She's physically superior to most others. She can also sense the locations of people and layouts of buildings through analytical clairvoyance. She's also immune to ice and the cold, so I'm not really sure why she needs that giant fur coat.
Everyone needs a good
Stylish.
fur coat, Wiz. Come on.
Yeah.
She still gets
it is
cold,
a pretty nice
right?
coat.
No,
Like-
she's completely
Anyway,
immune to
Mitsuru
it.
wasn't going into battle alone.
So she can't
She
feel
gathered
the
a team
sensation of
persona
being
users
mildly
to form
chilly.
the specialized
Yeah,
extracurricular
probably.
execution
I
squad.
don't know the
or
extent
SEEK.
of it.
Look how pale her
Watching,
skin
you'd say.
is.
The
Yeah,
team set out
honestly.
to explore
She's
Tartarus,
freezing.
combat the shadows, and put an end to the dark
Well,
hour.
then there's no
Bro,
problem.
like
with
she
that.
is
Also
so
earned some
cold
extra
she's
credit because
incapable
it was
of feeling
technically
it
an
anymore.
after-school club.
Yeah.
Japanese
It's my
schools are way
interpretation.
more hardcore than ours.
And with a team at her back, Mitsuru needed a tool to reliably summon personas with. And so came the Evoker.
They're actually all that
which
pale. I forgot
might be a
Persona was
little
just like that.
disturbing to some people, so fair warning.
Yeah, it looks just like a gun, and that's kind of the point. The idea is to use the gun to create an extremely traumatic experience similar to how
It looks
Mitsuru
just
first
like a gun.
developed her own persona.
Specifically, this is accomplished by aiming the thing at your face and pulling the trigger.
Yeah, that's definitely not how guns are
Or just
supposed to
general
work.
head, I guess. Seems
Questionable
like.
concepts
Yeah.
aside, Mitsuru
Could
and her
this
persona
could this
are
go
an absolute
wrong
terror
in
on
the fan
the
base?
battlefield.
What do you mean?
Oh, God!
Why is it shaped like a gun?
Because it's meant to provoke a traumatic experience. That's the whole point.
I get it. It's just the imagery is a little like
Dark. That's the point.
they wanted
Yes.
a fucking cosplay of that.
This was also like, what year was this game? Like before
first-
2010.
Well, the first one came out on the PS2, so I think that was like 2005 or 6.
This wasn't. Yeah, Persona 3 was 2006.
I mean, the idea of putting something kind of crazy like that in something that, you know, a
It-
teenager could buy isn't so uncommon. Like you saw what was in the comic for Absolute Joker. You saw, remember his suit?
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, okay, there's to me, I don't know how edgy this is, but there's a big difference
Very.
between wearing a
very.
suit of dead babies and
They've always in Persona, the two that I point out to the most, because they always have very extreme ways of summoning their persona. Because with Persona 3, as we're seeing, they literally have what's essentially a gun that they point at their head and pull the trigger. With Persona 5, you literally watch them, a mask gets put on their face, and they have to like tear it off as it's tearing the flesh off their face. Like it is all intense.
I think the reason why Persona 4 could be like the reason Persona 4 doesn't quite hit in like the edginess level is because it's right after 3, and I would assume they were like, we need to make a slightly more lighthearted game.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always been a bit darker, and they cover some pretty dark. I mean, in Persona, I'm gonna keep going. 5 is my favorite. That's the one I go back to the most with talking about it. The very first boss in the game is because you go into people's like basically their minds and fight how they see themselves. The boss fight is inside the mind of a gym teacher who is physically abusing the male students and sexually abusing all the female students. Like, it covers some very dark topics. I love Persona. It's so good, though.
Did she just cut off that thing's dick?
Yes, she did, Boomstick, and it was a goddamn cannon.
Oh, the horror, but also
I didn't realize
dick.
Mitsuru is
where I
quick enough to
lost it.
dodge gunfire. Heck, another Persona user is even fast enough to outrun a bullet fired by a Magnum.
Those usually have a muzzle velocity of over 300.
I can imagine watching these like cute little
And Personas
characters
can
shoot
move even
themselves in the
faster.
head.
Mioto's could react to and catch an arrow in milliseconds, and Mitsuru has defeated her in battle.
But hey, how about that time Mitsuru and her whole team survived an explosion that totally wrecked this whole bridge? Now, in my humble
And that's just like the
opinion,
regular
using my
person
very own
forms?
handcrafted munitions measurement chart, I'd say
That-
this blast falls somewhere.
They
in the
themselves
range
don't
of,
have
shit,
other forms.
what
It's their persona is like essentially like a ghost that assists them.
Yeah.
So they are always in their human forms.
It's kind of because like when they're in like the regular world, it depends on the game because maybe I should stop bringing it up so much because it's just the one I know the best. Persona 5. When
It's
they
the
go
most relevant.
right, when they go into the metaverse, then they get like
That's what it's called.
their costumes and all that, and they actually get like abilities. Whereas in the real world, they're just normal kids, which is not quite the same for like Mitsuru. It's kind of inconsistent, but it's consistent within each game, but not across the series. Excuse me.
Dead.
Interesting, but let's use some real science now.
This is real science. I tested explosions and their real effects on real people, just like you would. I'm a real scientist now.
But that's... Wait, real people? Boomstick? Where are the interns?
Hey, look, I got you that coat that you wanted.
Ooh, thank you. Oh, it's so soft.
I thought it was just gonna be another coat.
interns.
Like the same
But
as the
hey,
one it has.
Wiz, there's one more math thing you gotta do. By working with another Persona user, Yukari, Mitsuru helped freeze up this giant, creepy puppet monster.
Well, again, taking nitrogen into account as it comprises 70% of air's makeup, we can apply its required fusion energy and vaporization energy. To find this feat would need an energy output equal to 60 kilotons of TNT. Though this
That's
can't
too many
all be
numbers.
attributed to Mitsuru, as she did have help.
That's still a hell of a lot of ice.
You say that's too many to
Artemis sure
remember?
make a
I said that's too many
powerful
number.
And even after successfully ending the
Like,
dark
just
hour
remember
and redeeming
60.
her family name,
Fucking
Mitsuru continued
61.
battling for people everywhere.
You have to remember
one
each
shadow
kiloton.
at a time.
This appears to be just the beginning.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've...
All right, Zach, who you got?
Come back to me again.
All right, Nick.
I think I'm still gonna go with my heart on this. I seem to like the whole concept and character design of RWBY over Persona. So I think I'm gonna go with Weiss.
All right, Luke.
I'm gonna go with Mitsuru, but I couldn't tell you why.
All
I don't
right.
know. I feel like I don't have any justification. I don't know if it's just because it's not early in the morning. It's actually closer to midday by now. But I don't know if I fully grasped everything I should have.
That's fair.
You should have been taking notes again.
Zach.
I forgot that Mitsuru, despite not having played much of 3, is like my favorite character in the entirety of Persona.
Okay.
That being said, it is with a heavy heart that I say I'm voting for Weiss because I think she has more versatility. But Mitsuru has a shit ton more raw strength, just not enough versatility.
Okay, so I will quickly bring up. So they brought it up a little bit. With Weiss's glyphs, she's able to do, like, give herself, like, platforms to completely halt something's momentum, as well as speed up her own, to make herself go, like, fucking supersonic, as well as time dilation, which does, I want to make sure, I get this, she cannot stop time. What she can do is she can slow something's time, or she can speed it up. So there's no actual, like, stopping of time or anything like that, but it is still cool. With Mitsuru, I want to make sure that we remember that she is completely immune to all ice attacks, which is a big thing.
That's not Weiss's entire kit, though.
Right, but it is a big portion of it. I do want to make sure that I want to make sure that we remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
So is anyone?
I'm gonna stick with my vote.
All right. So are we sticking with two Weiss, one Mitsuru?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh!
The Jody in it.
What'd you say?
I think they're like already in the fight.
Such
yeah.
good form. You fight with a sense of ease.
Sounds like the
Were
same
they
voice
matched
actor.
up because they both have
Flattery
rapiers?
will get you nowhere.
And they both have rapiers. They're both from rich dynasties and use ice magic.
Okay.
Specifically, the archetype of character. You don't have to pause it.
No, I was gonna bring something up too, but I want you to go first.
Specifically, the archetype of character that is from a rich family and decides to abandon everything about that rich family because of how they are related to the current plot of the story.
What I was gonna bring up, two things. I forgot. I've been telling you guys who I thought was gonna win at the time. I went for Weiss at the time. As well as also, this is a point where we have named tracks. They have custom ones. This is Winter Sonata, which I really like this track.
Fighting me with ice. Ironic. And a waste of time. Artemisia!
Can Mitsuru just run away while her persona like okay?
I mean, yeah.
I thought you'd be like, okay, you do it. You
They
do the
are
work.
separate beings, technically. They're connected, but separate.
If one gets hurt, the other gets hurt.
Yeah.
Can't touch me, Ice Queen.
Huh. So that's what it's like.
The ice glyphs are so cool. I think they're such a fun concept to use.
It's so fucking metal. I love the fucking look of that.
RWBY is so cool.
It's cool that they each kind of have their own avatar to fight for them.
Yeah.
I like this animation a lot. It's a good fight.
Uh-oh.
As annoying as this was, I have to admit, you fought valiantly. But now, you'll fall by my own hand!
I can do this on my own.
Artemisia! No mercy!
don't fully know what happened there.
How strong are you?
Strong enough.
The fact that Luke laughed out loud at that tells me, like, proves my point about the gun.
Out of context, it's really funny. You can duct tape that. That's pretty cool.
I like
And
it.
also,
I could see how you could not like it, but I agree with it.
I will say, Luke, you laughing at the gun gave me very similar vibes to when we were watching Terrifier, and he pulled out the fucking gun.
It's just when it's a fantasy battle and they don't they pull out a gun once ever. It's really fucking funny.
It is.
It's like their Final Fantasy XIV's introduction to the Machinist class, which was the gun class, is in the story. There's a priest just standing on top of a building, and the character you're talking to just pulls out a rifle-sized pistol and just starts shooting at them. That is the first time you ever see a gun in the whole story.
That's why it's fucking crazy when Shadow the Hedgehog pulls out a regular-ass AR-15.
Yeah. I want to go into my full thoughts later. I will say the one thing. I remember disliking this more. I actually did enjoy that. However, the one thing I still am adamant on is that death is terrible.
Oh yeah. I just think problem is a RWBY character loss is probably just always going to be like that, because it's honestly similar to how Tifa died in that she her power's spent. There's not much she can do about her death.
Right.
So Mitsuru was impaled, right?
We saw it go. She at the very least got somewhat stabbed in the chest, but she also had Artemisia using no mercy at the same time. So basically, Weiss got hit with a nuke before she could really do much more.
Okay. I was kind of confused with that though,
Yeah.
but that makes sense.
No, the setup for the death I think is fine. It's just the fact that it's just a light stab forward and then the sword breaks, and then we don't see Weiss, but we have to assume she's dead. I'm not a huge. That is the one thing that's actually heavily agreed upon with this episode, is that the death is not very good.
I was going to blurt out and make it sound like I was all frustrated, oh, where's Weiss? We don't even see her. But
it is a thing. But I cannot believe this happened twice now. Luke is the only one getting a point.
Yeah.
Well, Wiz, I'm glad
I thought that was a really good fight, though.
Because that was cool.
Weiss was incredibly skilled. Her versatility certainly proved a challenge for Mitsuru, and she held a decent advantage in speed thanks to time dilation. Though to be fair, Mitsuru's analytical clairvoyance meant it would have been pretty difficult for Weiss to get the jump on her. Plus, Naota's persona had to move around Mach 7 to catch that arrow in such a short amount of time, so Artemisia must be capable of similar speeds.
Yeah, but slowing down time seems like an instant win move, doesn't it?
In some ways, yes, but we look for who can win the most matches overall, not just a couple times out of 1,000 possibilities thanks to one good move.
Yeah, even though Weiss had plenty of attack options, Mitsuru's defenses were just too strong. Like how she completely canceled Weiss's ice attacks.
This presented a unique problem for Weiss, who has always been fairly reliant on ice techniques. She was forced to use dust, which she has less experience with.
Plus, Weiss and her summons have never dealt damage anywhere close to that "oh shit, we're dead" explosion that Mitsuru survived. By taking the diameter of the blast here and comparing it to real-life nukes, then considering how far Mitsuru was from the center of it, she took a hit worth over 21 tons of TNT. Definitely higher than Weiss's 7-ton train feat.
Frankly, Mitsuru's survivability and
kind of wish those are
power
numbers they
output
gave
outclassed
before
Weiss.
the
Even if we
match
cut her
started.
major ice feat
Sometimes they
in half
had
since
to
she was
cut
aided
the
by
things.
Yukari, Mitsuru still output 130 times more energy than Weiss when she attacked that mech.
But numbers aren't everything, right?
Sure, there's always a new way to look at things. For instance, Weiss's arsenal was limited by her aura and dust supply, while Mitsuru had no such constraint on her own powers.
It takes a long time to restore aura, and remember, when a persona gets broken, it can just come back a few seconds later.
Which was extremely useful, as Artemisia could heal Mitsuru at any time, undoing whatever progress Weiss had made.
Oh man, what an ice-cold move!
While Weiss's speed and versatility put up a good fight, Mitsuru's
how do you
greater
actually
defense, raw power, and more reliable arsenal proved too much
Like,
for the
how would you
Hunters.
actually kill her and, like, take the persona
no
out for good?
You just have to overpower her, even while the persona's up. You'd have to find a way to completely overpower her.
Okay.
The winner is Mitsuru Kirijo.
I'm glad she won. I just wish I voted for her. That's all.
I will point out that I get why they did the matchup because it is very thematic. However, they had to ridiculously lowball Mitsuru to make it seem fair. Because Luke, I don't know if you remember from when we were watching Joker versus Giorno, but Persona gets up into universal levels.
Yeah.
And that's before...
I figured with the protagonist specifically, though.
Yes,
their
but,
powers.
They are definitely the most powerful. However, the other characters are still relative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and that's before you get into fate scaling. If you start giving them fate scaling, then they get like ridiculous. So it's kind of one of the things.
What is fate scaling?
It's from the series Fate, which is canonically connected to Persona, and they get a lot of scale, and they've done like crossover stuff where that's canon, so they get scaling from it. And it gets into like multiversal level shit.